ACCA. These four letters have done wonders for me and has given me a stable career in India. Recently, I posted a couple of videos sharing my experience for my journey in completing ACCA and then how I got into a Big Four with this qualification. After posting these videos, I was flooded with messages checking on the scope for ACCA in India. To answer this query, today I have brought in one of the renowned faculties for ACCA who's based out of Mumbai, that is Zaheer. Hey Zaheer, welcome to my channel gyaaniPARAM. Thanks for joining in at a very short notice, I must say, right? I just texted you yesterday and you readily agreed for this chat, that too on a Sunday. So really thank you for that. I just wanted to take or give you a couple of minutes to introduce yourself, and then we'll walk everyone through why we are making this video and the content of this video as well.
Sure. Thank you so much, Paramveer, for having me on your channel. And I've always loved to support the community, and like you've seen on my LinkedIn, I've always tried and do whatever I can through my posts, through my videos. So that's why when I saw your message, I thought Sunday ahead, I have some time available. I might as well do this. So thanks again for having me over on the channel. If I have to just very quickly introduce myself, I am an ACCA member, and I did complete my ACCA back in 2007. So a bit of a dinosaur that way in India for ACCA. And since then, I've worked in industry. I've worked in Ernst & Young as a stat auditor. I've worked in Soprest area, which is a French ITES company. I was working for one of their UK accounts. So I worked there for a fairly long time. Then I worked in WNS for a US-based client. Again, all of this is all accounting. So I've done auditing, I've done accounting, and then my last stint was with Union Bank of Switzerland, wherein I was working as a financial controller or a deputy CFO. And then, I took the jump into hardcore training, where I joined FPA, and I started the ACCA vertical, and it's been almost 5 years now. Wow. So I've been part of the vertical, and while I'm doing the trainings on the weekends, I during the week also take care of the company's CFO responsibilities. So I'm the group CFO, as well as I take care of the trainings for ACCA.
That's simply amazing, Zaheer, right? I can see tons of experience, more than I can even imagine, right? I'm only halfway through of what you have done. You said a very good thing, right? You completed the qualification in 2007, right? And as you rightly mentioned, it was a dinosaur in that particular era, I would say. How did you come to know about ACCA during that particular time? Because if you think about any accounting qualification in India, right, there's only one which comes to our mind, that is CA from ICAI, right? So how did ACCA happen with you?
So this is probably one of the most interesting and something that does not happen usually, is that I came to know about the course from a seminar at my mosque. So people would think, mosque mein kaise? But yeah, on Fridays, there are sometimes seminars that are conducted. There could be an education seminar, there could be other stuff. So it was one of these seminars that I sat after, Friday prayer. Yeah. And, it intrigued me. And obviously, I had just graduated. And, we were, me and some of my very close friends, we call them chaddi buddies, right? So we were thinking, ki ab kya karna hai? Because like you rightly said, it could have been a CA or it could have been an MBA or something like that. So we thought that, if there is a course like ACCA that allows us to go abroad, because everyone's dream is ki bhai bahar jao and get some exposure. And it was not like a crazy expensive as well. It continues to be the same case. Like if you want to do an MBA from outside versus an ACCA is slightly cheaper that way. Exactly. So it felt that this could be the course that we want to do, and if it does not work out, we can always switch over to an MBA. So that was the whole plan. But obviously, when we reached London, this is 2004 December, somewhere around Christmas, and when we reached out to other people, and when they came to know that I'm doing ACCA, obviously वो respect बोलते हैं ना, और बढ़ गई. बोले आप ACCA कर रहे हो, oh wow. So then we knew that yes, this is the course that we want to pursue. So, and I'm glad we stuck around and completed the course back in 2007.
And that's great. In fact, when you talk about London as well, I did the same. I went to UK, completed my ACCA over there, and one thing you rightly mentioned, right, the level of respect the qualification has, and especially in UK or even say Middle East, right? That's massive, right? And I know London is a very say tough city, right? बहुत ज़्यादा difficult है वहाँ पे. I would survive करना first of all. Settle होना तो बहुत ज़्यादा दूर की. But during your London days, right? Any struggles you recall when you're doing the qualification? Any specific instance you want to call out for the audience?
I think the biggest struggle, I think, for any Indian or anyone who goes to the UK is that it is crazy expensive, right? And you're constantly converting your rupee to a pound, and you're like, oh my god, ये 400 रुपए का चिप्स का पैकेट है. नहीं नहीं नहीं, रख दे वापस. So I think unless and until you don't find some work over there, or you are one with deep pockets, it can be a little challenge. But yeah, if you have the right attitude, you will always find jobs, even if it's sometimes odd jobs. So I
Yeah,
still remember working 2 nights at a B&B where I was a night receptionist, right? And I have also worked in you would know this Sommerfield, which is like your D-Mart or a
exactly.
big bazaar of India, right? So I worked in such places as well. So as long as you are okay with doing anything and everything, you should be fine. And my experience has been overall very, very good of UK. I feel that if you do get an opportunity,
Mhm.
you should always do try and travel outside, because it makes you so much more humble. It makes you so much more appreciate your own country, I think.
And
So that's probably one of the biggest learnings.
exactly same for me. Like night shifts. I used to you were working in Summerfield, right? I had a stint of about say 6 months in Sainsbury's as well. So now so I've done that particular part, and when I came back and I see the luxuries we have over here, right? And even the
True,
smallest of the things we do not sometimes appreciate, but when you see the other side abroad, right? It's a completely different ball game. So
true.
what made you come back to India after completing the qualification, and then how did you land up in your first job? Say,
So I think right from the onset, I was fairly clear that I wanted to come back. I do get homesick fairly quickly, So I'm someone who would like to stick with their family, and then, like I said, while you're there, you start to appreciate your country so much more. So I think I became, fairly nationalist back in the early days itself, and I thought that India is the country where you should really, really make your career. So I did obviously spend a little while in the UK
okay.
before coming back to India, and my first job was with Ernst and Young,
Hmm.
and it was obviously very interesting because you could pick up a call and straight up a call to the HR in the EY, and at the same time I'd called up KPMG as well. And luckily, I was kind of, shortlisted for both the places. But I knew some people in EY who said that, definitely ye wali join kar lo. But yeah, I still remember that final round where my partner asked me, फाइनल राउंड में पूछा कि अच्छा भाई ये सब तो ठीक है, ACCA क्या है? So and I'm like कि सर 4-5 राउंड हो गए, अब मत करो आप ऐसा. मैंने but yeah, it was a great experience because obviously people at that level, also did not know ACCA. But surprising to see that people even now do not know about ACCA, and that's why it makes me, it pushes me all the more कि भाई, we should be, people like you and me should be out and about, actively propagating that भाई ACCA जैसा कोई कोर्स है जो बहुत ही अच्छा है.
Exactly. Definitely, like मेरे को भी बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आते रहते हैं, राइट? I still remember, right? जब मैंने ये qualification pick up करी थी, like back in 2011, my elder brother is a chartered accountant. He's like, what are you going to do? CA यहाँ कर ले, वहाँ क्या जाना है, यहाँ हो नहीं रही थी. In short, so I
हाँ.
thought. वहां जाके कुछ कर लेते हैं. लकीली एजेंट ने बताया था. बट आई अंडर एस्टिमेटेड
हाँ.
ACCA एज वेल इन माई फर्स्ट इंस्टेंस की फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी है, पेपर हो जाएंगे. बट I flunked in my first attempt itself. That time I realized नहीं, थोड़ा सीरियसली लेना पड़ेगा इस चीज को, अदरवाइज क्वालिफिकेशन ये भी रह जाएगी. बट rightly said, London is an experience that shapes you up for your entire life, I would say, right? And definitely it has played a major part in both our lives, I would say, right?
Exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
then coming back to India, Zaheer, right? I know you teach a lot of students, right? I see you actively communicating your thoughts about ACCA. I have recently your post was about what kind of salary people are thinking they might get if they become an affiliate or a member. I know you get a lot of queries from the parents of the children who want to pursue this qualification, right? Parents, they do play a very significant role. I want to ask you this golden question, right? How do you handle what is the scope in India for ACCA? For with many times, I would say, right?
I know, I know. I think despite ACCA or ACCAs for that matter, having proven that we are very well established in the Indian ecosystem as well. Forget, I like I said, I'm a nationalist. So I'm not even going to go about कि Middle East में इतनी opportunity
Yeah,
है और UK में इतनी opportunity है या migration कर सकते हो, because in my introduction I very conveniently skipped all of these things
वो तो
that I
backup
did
है.
have an opportunity.
It
So
is a
I
backup now.
did.
Primary is India, definitely, right?
I know, but I did have an opportunity of internship at EVA in Bahrain as well. So I was there for about a couple of months, and I was offered a job over there as well. And I also moved to Australia for a few months,
Yeah,
peer pressure and BV pressure, and I and I moved to Melbourne, on a PR. So getting a PR as well was fairly, easy when you had a qualification like ACCA. And when I went there, I think within a month, I was able to land a phenomenal job, very great salary, राइट. एंड जब मैं वो इंटरव्यू में मैंने जब वो जो CFO थे जो मुझे इंटरव्यू कर रहे थे, मैंने उनको बताया मैंने ACCA करा हुआ है. And I was about to explain to him. He said that no, even I am an ACCA, so you don't have to explain to me.
wow.
So obviously, when you talk about ACCA as a scope, it is crazy whether you are outside India or you're inside India. Because if you look at my personal experience, and one would say that okay, Zaid, you are lucky. What about others? And
Exactly.
you should then go on LinkedIn and look for Paramveer and look for so many other people out there who've done ACCAs and they're doing really well. So of course, अगर किसी का नसीब बहुत ही खराब है तो फिर क्या ही कर सकते हैं, right? But I have rarely come across any student, any parent or anyone coming to me and say that अरे मैंने ACCA कर लिया और मेरा तो करियर खत्म हो गया, मैंने पता नहीं क्या पैसे खराब कर लिए, राइट? सो बिकॉज दैट्स वन थिंग दैट आई एम वेटिंग टू हियर फ्रॉम कोई तो आके मुझे बोले कि भाई मैंने अपना लाइफ खराब कर लिया, करियर खराब कर लिया, बिकॉज आई वुड सर्टनली लाइक टू मेक श्योर दैट देयर इज नो वन आउट देयर हु वुड से समथिंग लाइक दिस.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So that's me being an ACCA advocate, because I feel that the qualification is brilliant. So why should there be any students, any affiliates, any members who feel this way, right? So the scope is excellent. Whether you want to go outside India, whether you want to work in India, again within India as well, you can work at big fours like you're yourself working. And again, people undermine the fact कि नहीं आपको stat audit में होना चाहिए तो आपकी job अच्छी है. आपके ग्लोबल डिलीवरी सिस्टम आपके सर्विस सेंटर्स होते हैं या शेयर्ड सर्विस सेंटर्स होते हैं, इसमें नहीं काम करना चाहिए. ब्रिलियंट प्लेसेस. आई
Yeah.
हैव स्पेंट सो मच ऑफ माय टाइम इन दीस शेयर्ड सर्विस सेंटर्स एंड दे आर fantastic places to work, amazing work culture, crazy money, great growth. So I don't understand why you would not want to work in a place like this, right? So I feel we as Indians are in such a sweet spot, because I do read a lot of books, and I do hear a lot of podcasts. And in fact, through your video, I would like to urge students as well that they should do the same. And some of the recent podcasts I've been listening, and all of these guys, startup founders, millionaires and billionaires, all of them have to say the same thing, that India's growth story is only just starting. Right. So we are in the right place at the right time. If we are able to stick around and, do our, have the right skills, etc., then I think sky's the limit here.
Definitely, we are growing. We are growing at a very, very, very fast pace. You rightly mentioned, right? There are so many opportunities after we complete ACCA, or both for members and affiliates as well, right? Be it global shared service centers, Big Fours, they are happily taking people who have completed the qualification, right? Even my recent experience, I've interviewed so many people who come from, say, non-Big Fours, but still, say, Big Ten practices, and their ACCA is working for Indian practice as well, right? So that is one
Exactly.
big change I have seen of late. And ACCA also has invested quite a lot of their efforts in India, right? How they are
Of course.
educating people about this qualification. So Zaid, this leads me to my next question, right? If in 2023, right, say a graduate is coming to you, right? Why should he do ACC at this particular point of time when there are so many other qualifications available as well for him to pursue?
Of
What would be
course. Of
your
course.
response be to him?
So, look, I think when you talk about ACCA, it's a very simple thing. If you embark on a journey, right, you don't want to embark on a journey that you have to leave halfway, because obviously ना आपका objective complete हुआ, frustration अलग है, पैसे, efforts, all of that gets wasted, right? ACCA is that journey which you can actually complete. It's a very doable course. It is something that you can complete. If you're a smart one, you can complete it in a year and a half as well. But
Yeah,
I am a big advocate of doing one paper a quarter and then, take the 3 years time, because I feel the flexibility is what ACCA is all about, right? ACCA understands that that's the need of the hour. You need to be flexible, right? अगर flexible नहीं होते तो 2 साल कोविड में लोगों ने अपने आप को मार दिया होता, right? People
that's
were flexible enough. They found new ways of working. They found new ways of living, etc. So ACC understand that essence of the today's society, right? So if students want something which is flexible, they are able to manage it, focus all their efforts, all their time on this one paper, it becomes very, very doable. So that's in terms of whether the course can be doable or not. Now, whether the course is good, you and I are both, strong advocates, and we know the kind of skills an ACCA, has, right? It's not just about, and in fact, there is no bookish knowledge at all, because
exactly
you wanted my perspective from a faculty point of view as well. We focus on concepts, right? So, it's all application based, it's all scenario based. In fact, we have to go to an extent where we urge the students ki bhai ratta nahi marna, fail ho jaoge. Right now, how many people can actually say that, right? कि
exactly
रट्टा नहीं मारना, fail हो जाओगे. So, I feel that if the students understand the concepts, it becomes easier for them as well. And then coming to our perspective as someone who is an employer as well, right? Like you are employing, I am employing. We all want people who can actually, hit the ground running. We don't want people कि भाई मैं उसको 6 महीना अब और समझाऊं, सिखाऊं, फिर आके उसको एक्सेल आए, फिर आए उसको वर्ड, फिर उसको प्रेजेंटेशन बनाने आए. एंड एसीसी डज ऑल ऑफ दैट. while you're doing ACC, आपको एक्सेल भी समझ में आ जाती है. You're able to understand how the word works. You understand कि PPT में आपको क्या डालना चाहिए. You understand कि आपको performance measures क्या निकालने चाहिए, आपको budgeting क्या करना चाहिए. So I feel in terms of if you are someone who wants to make a career in accounts as well as finance,
yep.
because I've been at the end of both the spectrums, and of course I cannot call myself an investment banker, but
Mhm.
if you are in financial controlling, those are the kind of roles that you can eventually get into as well. So I feel if anyone wants to make a career in finance and accounting, they should seriously look at ACCA, and most importantly appreciate the fact that it is flexible and doable but not easy.
It's definitely not easy. खुद मैं भी एक दो बार फेल हुआ था. Audit, I still remember I got .50 in both my F level and P level as well, right?
Ay,
If
shabash.
49 done, I was happy. At least 50 came, but
निकल गए.
definitely निकल गए वहां से. बस खत्म हुआ पेपर. My last exam I gave was for audit. Result
Oh,
आया,
lovely.
खत्म, 50 done and dusted. I was pretty. And even financial management was very weak on my part, right? I flunked a couple of times, but then again, चीजें करनी थी, वीजा रिजेक्ट होता था, इफ यू फेल say 3 times
Exactly.
there's also cancelled, so pressure था, हो गया. But it's definitely not easy. People sometimes I feel they come or take ACCA as an alternate to CA, right? That's not the right approach. Or all I personally do not like that approach, even though I'm a CA dropout and came to ACCA. But if I had the knowledge
Of
first hand,
course.
right, that there's a qualification called ACCA, right? I can do with so much of flexibility. I can do my training after that, right? And training I can do, like, I can earn money as well during that time. It's not
Exactly.
yeah, free mein internship karu kahin pe, right? And that is something I
True.
really like about this qualification, and they appreciate the level of experience you gain in auditing, accounting, and they put that in your membership as well, right? So membership ki bhi
Exactly.
route, it's pretty good. So Zaid, for students pursuing ACCA right now, right? I know exams भी आने वाले होंगे थोड़े time में, साल में 4 बार आजकल हो रहे, computer based हैं. I used to write exam in the Excel center, what we had in London, right, with a big block.
Yeah.
At least you have this facility of doing this on your say laptops. What are the top 3 tips you want to give to the ACCA students, or even for other accounting qualifications?
I think the most important topic is, of course, focus on the concepts, because ACCA, yeah, CPA, yeah, CFA, most of these qualifications require you to understand the concepts, because ये जो laws होते हैं, ये जो rates होते हैं, tax etc. आप Google करें and in a matter of second you can get what that is, right? But if you don't know how to apply them, that is a challenge. So focus on understanding the concepts. Don't go for the rote learning, right? That's probably one of the most important tip that I will give. Second is, do put in the effort, because like we were just discussing, that ACCA is not easy. It is just flexible, right? So if you are someone who is, let's say, coming from a, let's say, CA background, right? जहाँ आपने 4 पेपर करे हुए हैं, you think, अरे यहाँ भी तो 4 निकाल ही सकता हूँ मैं. I've taught so many students over the last, because I started my ACCA teaching career back in 2014, right? So I've been teaching for a fairly long time, and I can tell you, it never works. 4 पेपर ACCA के एक साथ बैठना मतलब अपना कमर तोड़ने वाला काम आप कर रहे हैं. So what you need to do is that make sure that you put in the efforts. Put in the efforts जो आप 4 पेपर में डालने वाले थे, वो आपको चारों के चारों के पेपर के एफर्ट आप एक पेपर में डालना है. And that's why you have a foolproof solution कि हाँ भाई अब निकल जाएगा, right? And third thing is, like everything, as long as you put in the effort and you stay put, because I understand ये आपने और मेरे भी किया हुआ है, that we failed, right? But we did not give up, right? And I've seen students sometimes एक बार फेल हो जाते हैं, 2 बार फेल हो जाते हैं, and they give up. I think you should not give up, because ये ना एक आपका ना फिर वो एटीट्यूड बन जाता है. आप अगर एक इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज आप गिव अप कर सकते हैं कि नहीं यार मुझसे नहीं, मैं छोड़ देता हूँ, ये ना आगे बनते 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 काफी बड़ा प्रॉब्लम बन सकता है व्हेन यू आर अहेड इन योर करियर. बिकॉज इन करियर, व्हेन यू विल हिट द वॉल, देयर विल बी सो मेनी डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ स्ट्रेस, चाहे फिर वो घर का होगा, ऑफिस का होगा, पर्सनल होगा. If you are someone who is easy someone to give up, then you will find it to be very challenging. तो आपको वो attitude अभी से ही embed करना है. And I will not give up. I will push myself, because persistence, consistency is what will take you to the next level. चाहे फिर वो ACCA के लिए हो, चाहे वो आपके करियर के लिए हो, या कोई भी क्वालिफिकेशन के लिए हो. So my final tip will be, stay put, hang in there. अगर एक आधा अटेम्प्ट लग जाता है, रिमेंबर इट्स एन इन्वेस्टमेंट. कोई भी क्वालिफिकेशन, कोई भी इनफैक्ट दुनिया में आपको रिटर्न नहीं देगा जब तक आप इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं करते हैं, राइट? सो टेक योर करंट 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever time that you are putting in as an investment. आपने और मैंने लंदन में जाके करा था, एंड वी बोथ नो कि कितना खर्चा होता है उसको करने में, राइट? सो इफ द स्टूडेंट्स हैव द अपॉर्चुनिटी ऑफ डूइंग दिस फ्रॉम इंडिया इटसेल्फ, आई थिंक इज ग्रेट. इट्स एब्सोल्युटली ग्रेट.
People say it's a very costly qualification. I never agreed with that particular point, right? Yes, you have to pay your fees in pounds and stuff, but I see the returns you get on your investment, Zaheer, right? You made an investment, you're getting massive returns for lifetime, right? It's not like for 5 years
Exactly.
you get your return. You're just investing in a very in an amazing qualification, I would say, right? Zaheer, about FPA,
Absolutely.
right? Something I wanted to know how students can reach out to you. What are the kind of courses you're providing specifically, say for ACCA, right? Or if any upcoming batches are there, how people across India
Sure.
can join your course, right? So that's something I want to know, and also for the audience, it will be very helpful to know who the tuition providers are there in India, right? So just something about FP also, if you can share with us.
Sure. Sure. No, thank you. So, FPA, so we are Mumbai based, and we have our physical offline centers all over the city. We've got it at least at 3 places right now. So we kind of cover the whole of Mumbai geography. So if students are interested in offline or online for that matter, because we keep it open, like for today, it was raining. So a lot of students did not want to come offline. So they were quite comfortably, doing the session from the comfort of their home. And, so we have these sessions every quarter. In fact, our next batch will start, just before the exams will start. So what we do is that, let's say अभी, आपके सितंबर के एग्जाम्स आएंगे, उससे पहले हम क्या करते हैं, इंट्रोडक्टरी ले लेते हैं, so that people who want to join immediately after exams. So if anyone is interested in, sitting for the upcoming batch, they can reach out to me. I am on LinkedIn, so you can search me on LinkedIn. And you can also visit our website. It's fpa.edu.in. And, why should you join FPA? Because I think the most important, for us, the most important aspect is the fact that the students progress. And for that progression, we have a lovely ecosystem built, and we've been improvising it quarter after quarter to make sure that the students, that pass rates continue to improve. So, while we will have, this one group that will be for students who want to attend the lectures, and, because of the flexibility, sometimes students will not want to attempt the upcoming exams, but maybe the next quarter, right? So what we do is that we will have a batch and we will do the progress test and everything at that time. But as soon as, the exam dates are near and people have booked their exams, and we are done with the syllabus, all these students who are now serious about giving the exam and they know कि भाई अब तो पैसे लग गए, अब तो मेहनत करनी है, अब उनको फिर हम एक अलग बैच में डाल के फिर हम उनके साथ में एग्जाम प्रिपरेशन कराते हैं, जिसमें we do tons of mocks, tons of doubt solving, tons of exam tips, and our Google business review page will be obviously evident about these things, that we focus on concepts, we focus on students understanding the best practices. So हमारा जो CV platform का practice है, या हमारा जो the content that we've created, चाहे फिर वो हमारे LMS पे हो या हम जो Kaplan content provide करते हैं या BPP content provide करते हैं, all of these things have really helped FPA to do really well. While, it's not nice to chase ranks, but, I would like to believe that all our efforts have actually paid off. And almost for the 5 quarters, we've gotten या तो world rank आया है, या तो all India rank आया है. लास्ट क्वार्टर में भी हमारे स्टूडेंट को 92 आया था टैक्स में और रैंक 93 पे आया था. सो वी नो दैट वी आर गेटिंग देयर, एंड वी डू बिलीव दैट इफ स्टूडेंट कम्स टू अस, उनकी जो जर्नी मैंने बात करी थी वो कंप्लीट हो जाएगी.
Exactly. Plus, what I really felt after chatting with you, Zaheer, right? Firstly, I can relate to your journey. I've gone through almost the same tangent what you have gone through as well, right? But the experience you have, specifically from abroad, and I can definitely vouch that would have been a really difficult and a very learning experience for you, right? Which you can share with your students, and specifically when we talk about ACCA flexibility. The top tips you gave as well, right, for the students about concepts. Use the flexibility. Do not come under any peer pressure कि भाई एक साल में खत्म करनी है, 2 साल में भी खत्म करनी है मेरे को, right? That's something I really liked, Zaheer, and a very honest say thoughts. What you gave was really amazing. And hopefully, what I'll do, I'll put in the description of this particular video all the links for your website, plus your Google
Please.
page as well, where people can read reviews, and definitely encourage everyone. If you're in Mumbai or otherwise as well, do search for Zaheer. He will surely help you out. And ACCA again is a really amazing qualification. It's not an alternate to any other qualification as well. It's a qualification on its own, very widely, I would say, recognized, and it has already picked up in India. People are just, I would say, sometimes ignorant, or they just undermine. They have to, right? So it's something very surprising, and definitely we are there to help out any one of you who wants to say get in touch with us. We are there on LinkedIn. We are there on YouTube. You can find us. You just need to put in that particular effort. But thanks a lot, Zaheer, for joining this chat today. I'm sure this will help out a lot of students out there who are pursuing and who want to pursue as well. And for people who have already qualified as an ACCA, again, it's a very proud moment for all of us that we are an ACCA. We are not just an ACCA. That's something, there's a big differentiation between that. So thanks a lot, Zaheer, for joining the chat today. Any final thoughts from your side?
No, thank you so much, Paramveer. I really appreciate the efforts that you're taking to reach out to the larger student community. I think that's the most important. वो बोलते हैं ना पढ़ेगा तो ही बढ़ेगा, right? So I think we all need to focus on, or all our energies needs to be to make sure that the student community do progress further. And yes, I'm always open for such collaborations in future as well. But yes, thank you so much for the opportunity. I wish you all the very best.
Thanks
And
a
I
lot.
hope together we can do wonders for the ACCA community.
Definitely. I'll be in touch with you, Zaheer, for other things as well. Thanks a lot again. And yeah, we'll speak soon. Cheers. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.